Welcome back to another jam sesh. I'm your host. Today we're gonna listen to "The Poor" by Jesse Wells. I have seen a few clips of his on TikTok, and I just love his voice. He sounds a lot like Bob Dylan, and a lot of the he's reminds me of like the old kind of like protest songwriters back in the day. But yeah, this song, I've heard a snippet of it on TikTok. And yeah, so we're gonna listen to it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, leave a comment what you want next. And I'll get around to it. And yeah, let's play it.
If you worked a little harder, then you'd have a lot more. So the blame and the shame's on you for being so damn poor. It ain't the price gouging, and it ain't the inflation. It ain't everyone above you trying to make a buck from you in school and the whole congregation. I had that reduced lunch, I had the benefit cards. Never occurred to me to blame my family for life being so damn hard. I should have paid attention back when I was in school. Then I could figure up the tax. I would know a lot of facts. I missed the class where they taught the rules. I was memorizing capitals. I was in the spelling bee.
It's so true, though. You know? It's sad, but it's true.
They taught the rules. I was memorizing capitals. I was in the spelling bee. I must have skipped the part where they taught the art of private equity. I was selling chocolate bars. I had a disorder. I was cutting up a frog, got lost in the fog, learning how to play recorder. If you only worked a little harder.
I was cutting up a frog, got lost in the fog, learning how to play recorder. If you're a kid in America, I grew up in the early 2000s, and that's what we did. Cut up frogs and played recorders, all the while crazy shit's going on. For me, at least, I was born in 2001. So I was born, and then a couple months later, the whole world changed. At least for people in the United States. And so it's interesting to like hear it in this kind of format and have it like displayed in this kind of way, you know? Yeah, it's truthful.
I had a disorder. I was cutting up a frog, got lost in the fog, learning how to play recorder. If you only worked a little harder.
It's true.
If you worked a little harder. If you worked a little harder. If you worked a little harder, then you'd have a lot more.
It's so true. Those lyrics, just those two lines of lyrics. If you worked a little harder, you'd have a lot more. Is something that back in the day, like when I was in middle school, high school, it was like that was kind of drilled into you. All you have to do is work hard, and you're golden. When you're not in today's society, you're not. You got people with 3 jobs who can't even afford more than a trailer. Like, it's the world's crazy. The world's crazy, and another thing is, if you're my age, if you're around my age, you don't feel like the previous generation set you up for in a good spot, really. And I do hold resentment for that, but can't help it. Now, you know, the world is crazy.
A lot more. So the shame and the blame's on you for being so damn poor. It ain't the banks, and it ain't the taxes. It ain't the payday loans and high rent homes and predatory fees and practices. Wave your dumb flag, whatever it means. But you should ask yourself, when it comes to health, are the poor really all that free? If you worked a little.
That is so true. When it comes to health, are the poor really all that free? We're not. We in America at least, we wait till the person gets sick and then we'll treat them. It's not a healthcare system, it's a sick care system. And it's a shitty system. I shouldn't have to be scared to call an ambulance after a car accident, you know? And in America, you're terrified to, at least for most people. Most people who can't afford insurance, can't afford good insurance. So it's wild. I've heard stories of people, like car accidents. If they got into a car accident, they'd call an Uber instead of an ambulance. It's wild, the shit that's going on nowadays. No one should be scared to go to the hospital if they're sick, in need of care, anything. They also shouldn't be kicked out of a hospital, which I'm dealing with that in my personal life. But besides that, it's wild. It's a wild world that we live in.
But you should ask yourself, when it comes to health, are the poor really all that free? If you worked a little harder, if you worked a little harder, if you worked a little harder, you'd have a lot more. So the blame and the shame's on you for being so damn poor, yeah.
It's wild. On a musical note, his guitar playing is amazing. And his voice is absolutely amazing. I love his voice. But yeah, this song hits home. It hits ya. If you're an American, if you're a young adult, hits ya. But yeah, I do want to do more Jesse Wells music. I think he's really interesting and an important artist, especially now with everything that's going on. But yeah, if you have any other suggestions, let me know, and I'll get around to them. Leave a like, leave a sub. I appreciate your time, and yeah, and we'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.